What is up, YouTube? LazeeLlama here, and here we are back with some antimatter dimensions once again. Still grinding along. Obviously, I have more than the amount of dimensions I need. I was just purchasing them because I knew I didn't have a chance to record. So I'd purchase them and work towards possible achievements that we can unlock. Like we may have gotten some. I don't know if any are giving us actual bonuses. I want to say yes because this is now we have an extra 0.5 multiplier. So I don't know where that came from or what exactly we got that with. But some of these obviously give bonuses. You can see like this one gives 8 dimensions or 10% stronger and whatnot. So yeah, but we've been trying to grind that out. Nonetheless, we're going to do another one of these, which should make it to where I don't know, you're not really going to see the starting boost, but watch, if we click this, you can see this starts at 48 multiplier. So as we start buying these and get all of them purchased, it doubles from 48, meaning it's much higher, and this is a 24 multiplier. And I think that boosted even the 8th dimensions, meaning 8 dimensions are stronger. This time we actually need 35 of them, so it looks like it takes a little bit longer to get to. Oh, it's also interesting. You need to get to the second thing, second dimensions before you can unlock that, which I didn't realize before. But the beginning, this part of the game should just kind of, fly through. It's going to be very similar, but our multipliers are just going to get up there much faster. It's going to be drastically faster getting up to the point we were at, which is cool. But that's kind of just how this is working currently. I'm curious, like I said, to see what kind of comes next. I want to get to our first antimatter thing, and obviously I want to get to our first infinite, which is or infinity. Is that what they call it? Yeah, infinity. Which would be filling up that whole bar, which would be kind of cool as well. It'd be a big thing. Ooh, what is this? Boost 8 dimensions by time. Okay. Dimensional sacrifice. What does that sacrifice? Dimensional sacrifice will remove your first to 7th dimensions, which will cost multiplier to unchange for boost to 8th dimensions. It'll take time to regain product. That's really cool. Well, okay, so you can't do it until obviously you get your 8th dimension, but that's really neat, guys. That's gonna change things a lot because there's a ×1 multiplier. 1 times, so I'm assuming that like just adds an extra 1 to it. Like you can see this, 6th dimension starts at 1.5. They probably just add an extra 1 to it. So as we start doubling it, it probably works out. So when we get our first 10 is probably when we want to do that. So I guess we'll come back when we get around that stage and we'll kind of mess around with that and see how that goes. We'll just kind of play with it. Alright, so we can finally afford this. And when I say finally, I mean it really hasn't been very long. But we can afford that. Real quick, let's buy all these. So basically what's going to happen, I'm assuming, is we're going to do this. It's going to give us... Okay, so it's not just a... It's just a higher multiplier. Why is it not a 1 multiplier like it said? Why did that go up? I missed that. Was it because I bought 10 of them? But that's going to get rid of all of these, and then these are going to have to build these back, but our multipliers will stay, is what I'm getting. So this should jump up by 4.8, right? Okay. Oh, it times is by 4.8. Okay. That's cool. And we can do that right away again. But by 1, obviously, you wouldn't want to do it because 1's... I get it. So timesing that by 1 is obviously not going to go anywhere. That's not going to actually do anything for you. It'll just stay the same. You can see it is building it back. So it just takes a minute for this to get back to where it needs to be. But shouldn't take very long as, we produce pretty fast. So the more of these we get, the better it is. So this multiplier is probably based off the amount of everything here you have, but that's just kind of a guess. I'm not really too sure about that, but yeah, so it just kind of makes it easier to get to this 35 multiplier. I'm assuming again that's kind of the goal, but our multipliers are getting up there for sure. These are starting to be pretty good, so we'll keep pushing, and yeah. Alright, so the way this dimensional sacrifice definitely seems to be working is just the more antimatter you have. It doesn't really seem to be based off of any of this. Like if I were to buy these upgrades, it itself isn't really going to go up for buying these. But just the kind of longer you let the antimatter chill is kind of what it seems to be based off of. I don't know if that's 100% true or not. I take a pretty big gamble that that's how it works. But, we're up to a 4 times multiplier. You can actually see that this multiplier is much higher than... like even my 6th dimension multiplier because of it. And when we do this, let's grab these upgrades first. Now when we do this, it's going to go up even more by 4 times, meaning it's going to be very high. Which again kind of sets all this to 0, but we build it back so fast, so this antimatter stops for a moment, but it'll build back relatively quick, and we'll start to see this number go up again. We only need 5 more of these, so we are getting pretty close, but you can see how much they cost. So they do cost a lot, but as soon as we get it, we're obviously wanting to do the next boost and continue along until we can basically probably do that enough times to build up to the point where we can get this, obviously our first antimatter galaxy, which again I'm pretty sure the way that works is it's going to mess with the tick speed and make that better for us so we can drop it faster, but we're kind of starting the game over. It's kind of like, I guess because this is probably like ascending, this might be kind of like compared to like a transcendence, if you're going to try to compare it to the way like, you know, Clicker Heroes works or something. I bet that would be the best way to explain what I think it's going to do. Again, we haven't done this yet, so I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but that's what it seems like and what it looks like to me. In kind of the most basic level. But you can see we are slowly building up antimatter. Again, that'll get faster and faster once all these kind of replenish to where they were, which generally doesn't really take too long. They'll kind of get back up there. Again, having 30 of these is pretty good, but we'll come back when we're getting ready to do our next dimensional boost and continue on. Alright, so we can actually come here and afford 10 of them. So we're just going to do it by max. Again, working on those achievements. Doesn't really matter. Looks like we can actually get another by max because we didn't have quite enough, but we are ready to do another dimensional boost, which will give us our 5th one. Again, should make every multiplier even higher, meaning this starts at 96. I think that doubled, right, didn't it? It was 40 something last time. Wasn't it 48? Wow, instantly afford that. Holy crap, is it speeding up or what? It starts to get really fast. I'm curious what the late game looks like. I'm really excited to get there. Because again, I know nothing more than I've showed than you guys in this game. So everything to me is, you know, everything I'm gonna know about this game, you guys are gonna learn at the same time with me, unless obviously you play yourself. But I've not looked into this game, you know, remotely at all yet. So it's very interesting. But we're already down to 5th dimensions, like so quick. I don't know which one of these. Like technically, we could afford them both, you know, really quick. But if you have the option to get like, you know, a first dimension or like a third, what's like technically prioritized? Because again, getting a third will make more seconds, which makes more firsts, but getting the first just gives you that extra multiplier that gets your antimatter up the faster. So I don't know which one gives you that quick temp boost to be able to afford the next one quicker. It's probably getting the first dimension. At first I wasn't doing that, but you got to think like the speed that's going up, and then all of a sudden you do that and it literally doubles the speed of that, which you can upgrade the third, and eventually it's going to double that speed. But it just doubles the speed of the making of the second, which helps make the third, or make the first, and blah, blah, blah. But, so you probably, if you had to choose between like this and like this, you probably go here. Unless this is like the last one, getting something like the last one you don't have yet, it's probably worth grabbing, you know, the first dimension as priority. Most likely. That's just kind of a wild guess. I really couldn't tell you for sure, but maybe someone can clarify that for me and let me know if that seems logical, but to me it does. Nonetheless, we can buy 1/7 dimension. Like here, I'll buy that because that's going to slowly start making those, which is going to speed up the whole process. But obviously we can grab that, so let's do that. Grab that. Now we're kind of pushing for that 8th dimension. We need 58 dimensions, not 58, but 58th dimensions to dimension boost again. So I'm assuming we're going to probably grab that, and then the next one, there might even be the last dimensional boost you can do. Because, I mean, how much more is it going to go up from 50 to 80? And honestly, if it like goes to like 70, it might be worth just grinding out that extra 10 and just doing the galaxies. So I'm assuming we're going to be aiming for the Antimatter galaxy soon. Just kind of with the way this has been going, I have been neglecting the tick speed as well there. But yeah, I mean, we'll come back as we kind of push along, and you can see our sacrificial thing is already up there. I'm probably going to wait till it's at least 4 before I do it. I don't think it's worth doing right off the bat, but see, like, as we just get more and more antimatter, it shoots up. It's got to be when, like, maybe the E something changes, and we can wait and see, actually. Because, again, it's not upgrades itself, but let's grab one of these. Oh, I didn't look. Did it go up? I don't think it actually did. but instantly got 10 of those. Again, we could do it right off the bat, but if I wait a little bit and then come back and do it, I think it'll work out better for us. I'm just curious. We're going to wait this out and just see when it goes to E27, or so 26. Yeah, it did go up, so now it's 4. So that might be worth doing now. But like here's the example I'm kind of talking about. I have the choice that costs the same. Yeah, I'm almost able to buy both. Actually, we could easily buy both. But like, say you couldn't. Would you get the first or would you get, the 5th? And I think getting this would make it, because if you're going to speed this up, which is going to allow you to afford that one faster. And I don't know if that's logical or not. But I'm probably going to wait. Maybe not. Maybe let's just do it. It's over 4. Let's just do it. I feel like it's a decent spot to do it, which gets that multiplier up to 14, which is going to build it all back, relatively fast. Alright, so the final little update here, we are going to be grabbing our 50 of these, which is going to allow us to obviously do another dimensional sift, which will be 7. Again, I don't know if we'll need to do an 8th first, if it's like 60 or 65. Honestly, it's probably going to be, watch, it's going to be 65. It's 80. So yeah, we wouldn't want to do that, I'm assuming. We'd want to go the other route and go right towards this. Oh no, it's 65, I lied. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, we're going to have to aim for that. Get the 8th dimension boost, which makes sense. Okay, 8 dimensions, you have to do 8 dimensional boosts. Sure, I get it. Makes sense. We do that, and then it should allow us to... the next goal should be just aiming for this. So we'll probably have to do one more, which we'll get in next episode. I'm not gonna get it this episode. We will push through this for a minute. Again, I kind of like showing off how fast things move, as it's kind of crazy how quickly you can build back up. To be completely honest, I mean, it goes up really, really fast. As far as achievement goes, it's kind of hard to tell if you get them or not. But by 10 dimensional boosts, I wonder if like ascending. Why is it 10 now? Okay, so what probably happens as well is this requires more and more as well each time you do that. So it's going to be harder and harder to grab the next Antimatter Galaxy thing. Again, I'm assuming we're aiming just to do that as soon as possible. I don't see why we wouldn't. Most likely I would have already done it by the time this video's up, so if I'm making a big mistake, I apologize. But I do think that's really the only thing we can aim for, so that is going to be my goal. But you can just see we're already back down to almost getting an 8th dimension. I mean, we're not quite there, but we're getting pretty close, which is just awesome. I love how fast it can start to speed up if you just kind of put the bit of time into it. I just keep using the max button just to buy everything. It's better than coming down here and buying a single thing. It's not too bad, and buying a single like 8th dimension wouldn't have been the end of the world, but I actually didn't buy that. It's like the only time to not buy the max. Is when you're trying to get the last upgrade, because realistically it probably doesn't matter either way you do it. When you're moving this fast through the game, it's not going to make a huge difference. And the way this tick speed does work, I don't know if you guys have been noticing it, we didn't really talk about it, is basically every time it gets down to 100, this just goes up by like 10. So when this gets down to 100, this goes up to /100. Again, I don't know the reasoning or what exact meaning is, to be honest, or like why they have to do that. But yeah, it's got to mean something. It's got to mean something. But I'm still not too sure. Again, maybe you guys answered in last video as well. Again, I'm kind of a little ahead on this series than what the videos are as I'm playing through it, just to make sure I'm actually making progress. So if it does come to a slowdown, I've got videos ready for you guys. So that's kind of my goal there. So yeah, it looks like we're going for the 8th one of these. Who knows? I guess supposedly if I wait long enough, like if I go away, we might be able to skip it. But efficiently playing, probably not going to happen that way. But we'll see kind of how it goes. Anyways, though, oops, I keep right-clicking. Anyways, though, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please smack that like button. It really does help me out, show support to the series, keeps me going, making it more often for you guys. Again, I'm still kind of basing it out, trying to figure out what I want to do with things. I do enjoy the game, and it's at least going to be 10 episodes. We'll do it more than the 5 that the bare minimum would have been. We'll at least go for 10, but again, we'll keep playing it by ear, keep seeing how you guys seem to enjoy it. But as of right now, it does seem like you guys are interested. So it'll probably end up being a full series. Who knows how long or how many episodes it will be. But yeah, anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.